kind of interesting just how our society has shifted so much in just 2 decades. What do you think would be something that was rude to almost everyone 20 years ago that is almost considered to be normal now? Some of the comments on this, very interesting. One of those being just openly insulting people. It used to be something, I don't know exactly what it is, but this might be one context clue. One of the texts that we just got in says, because of the online gaming community, we as a society become numb to insults about our moms. So that might be one of the contributing factors. The gaming community insulting your mom. Not answering your phone when someone calls.
Or your door when someone knocks.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's almost, it's kind of flipped. That's almost the norm now where, I couldn't even imagine 20 years ago, somebody's at your door and they're ringing or knocking or whatever.
You're like,
and you're
no.
just sitting there. Yeah, I mean, I've gotten to the point now and I've got that glass front door and I'll have people that are there bring them a doorbell and I can see and they got something they want to pitch to me. I'm just waving. I'm like,
No.
it's not happening. I tell them, I'm like,
You do have a tough door.
I told him, I'm like, no. I just kind of like do that, like the throat cut thing. I'm like, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, it ain't happening. So just, save yourself some time.
I asked Kevin, I go, how do you handle this? Everyone can see what you're doing. He's like, I just wave at him and that's it.
That's it. I just honestly, I'm at this point where I'm like, no. I mean, they're really, look, I mean, when somebody knocks or rings, it's an invitation. It's not an obligation.
Right.
I am not obligated in my life or with anything to drop everything that I'm doing and come and take chances by listening to your pitch or whatever you might be doing.
And 95% of the time somebody's at your door, it's not something for you that's good. It's going to be a pain in the butt.
I didn't
It's
ask for
going to be
this.
a conversation that you don't want to have. You're going to have to reject them and they're going to be sad. And that's just, ugh.
I have a lot of that in my neighborhood, door to door, whatever is going on or they're trying to sell. I feel like my area in particular has a lot of that. I had it last night at kind of a late hour too.
That takes such balls.
It was almost at 8:00 at night, and I'm like, who's knocking on my door right now?
Honestly, anything past darkness, it's insane to try to knock on somebody's door uninvited when it's dark out.
It just further enforces that people have lost their mind. Why you would go door to door at 8 p.m.
Right.
That's not right.
It's not, and
It's so weird.
yeah.
Whatever you're selling, I don't want it. And you're weird.
One thing that has really shifted over the last couple decades as far as rudeness in our country is taking videos or photos of strangers and then posting them on socials without even giving it a thought.
It's completely crazy. I was just talking to my Uber driver the other day about how when I was a kid, if somebody got into a fight at a grocery store, even if they just had words with one another, it would be a story you'd go home and tell your family. Now, someone in Germany can watch that because it's gone viral, which is an insane thing.
Yeah, and one of the extensions of that too, when I was reading this thread, so many people were commenting on, and some of them were paramedics, and they said the thing we can't believe now is we're trying to get to victims in a crash, and we're trying to push away people that are recording the demise of somebody that is near death or already dead, so they can post it up and get clicks and engagement. It's unbelievable. And, you would think 20 years ago, those same people who are now recording would have hopefully been helping.
Right.
And say, what can we do? Is there anything, and look, there are still good people out there alive, but, just to see that comment from one paramedic being like, I've actually had to shove people out of the way to get to the people I'm supposed to help because
And
they're
you know
filming.
what? Shove them a little hard.
Yeah.
If you can.
Shove them hard enough that you got to help them next. Okay.
Whoops.
Yeah. You snap your ankle, I'll be there in a minute.
Keep your leg elevated.
Another rude thing almost 20 years ago that now almost considered normal is what you're doing with your phone. Some of it's blasting your music without headphones. Other times it is just talking on it. And Chastity said, being on your phone during a meeting or dinner too. That just used to be something that's like, no, you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't take a call during dinner. And now sometimes you'll be at lunch or dinner and somebody's phone rings. You're like, yeah, hello, what's going on, man? And then they're on a 10-minute conversation. You're sitting there like, okay, all right.
The one thing I think I've noticed the most is the lack of manners of please and thank you. There's a lot of commands and demands without, hey, could I please, or thank you very much. It's almost kind of like, I want my McNuggets, or you know, the
People getting talked down to. You see it so much more. Like at the checkout, at the fast food place, like people barking at the workers.
Yeah, and I noticed more now ever when a little kid has manners. It really does stick out to me.
Right. It does. It's amazing how much it does stand out when somebody's courteous.
Yes.
And one of those things, too, is just, holding a door or an elevator for somebody. We used to always look out to be like, hey, how can I be of help and assistance to somebody else to make their day a little bit better? And now it's all about us and don't impede on my rights,
Yeah, don't open my door.
Yeah.
How dare you try to be nice.
Another thing that's kind of shifted over the last couple decades as well. One person said professionals with visible tattoos and creative piercings. Didn't really see that so much 20 years ago. And now you can go in and your surgeon's got 2 arm sleeves.
You're right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're so right.
Yeah. Bringing pet dogs into restaurants and grocery stores. That has definitely shifted on the rudeness. People would never imagine that 2 decades ago. And now it's kind of commonplace, especially in Boca Raton.
Yeah, South Florida, and especially your pretentious pockets.
Yeah. Yeah, that one lady got blasted on next door because her dog took a big old stinky dump in Publix in Boca, and then she was like snapping at people for not cleaning it up.
She has lost her mind.
Out of her
She's
mind.
like, wait, what? Okay. All right.
The one thing I've also noticed too, and I think this is big on social media, is that there's a lot of social media lawyers out there who get pulled over doing something completely illegal, and the police are in the right, but they just will go, I know my rights. I know my rights. I had 11 drinks. I know my rights.
Right.
You're like, that's not legal. You have to go to jail now.
Somebody's saying the road rage incidents. That is an example of how something 20 years ago you didn't see and it's almost considered normal now is the way that people are so rude to other drivers.
People are fired up behind the wheel, and they are so quick to honk.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Do you think that is because of social media? Because there's a reason why it's had to have changed.
I think it's all contributing. I think that now, I think social media has gotten to the point where we see someone as an avatar and we don't see them as a real person behind that has feelings and maybe having a bad day or whatever. And we just look at everybody like they're indispensable. Like they're just, okay, they
In
go
your
away.
way.
Right. They go away. It's no big deal. Like you don't think about their family and they've got people that love them and care for them. And yeah, it's just kind of odd. I think it's just a paradigm shift that we've had over the last 2 decades. I hope we can get back to, but we need kind of an awakening about that on how we treat people.
I completely agree with you.